What's good, YouTube?
Hey y'all.
Welcome back to another vlog with Kay and Lil. What's this? Vlog number 2. Shout out to vlog number 2. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to our channel.
You love real MVP.
So let's get into it pretty much.
Well, let's get into it.
Okay then. Ooh, I don't know if I can say that, but
Right. You said look. So, what have we been up to since the last vlog? Well, we definitely have been, I know for me, I've been very present with myself, and I've been very patient with myself. I feel like I owe that to myself to do that and give myself that space, instead of having a whole bunch of deadlines. I decided to be the deadline, so that's what I've been up to.
Alright, I like that. I guess I can say the same thing for myself. I've been kind of taking time to just exist in my reality, and I've been getting better at longboarding.
Just started
like,
and fell, but it's okay.
Yeah, she fell. I was so sad. I felt like, damn.
It's okay.
But she's good though, y'all.
Yeah.
She had a
But
little
now-
bruised tailbone.
Still do.
Still do, but she's working out though. And we've been getting back on our fitness routine, like being consistent with that. We're about to cut up our watermelon, actually probably today or tomorrow, so we can get into our watermelon detox for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we just been
eating.
Yeah, eating a lot, actually. I've been eating so much, like it's like I'm just want some food all day ourselves. And, you know, it's been really cool. So I'm very grateful for that. Period.
Not period. Okay. Next question is, so how has business been for you on the road?
I guess balancing out business while I've been on the road. I'm acting like it's an interview for me. Nah, but pretty much,
How has business been for you on the road?
basically, no, it's been pretty cool to be able to find the balance. It's actually helping me as far as my transition into the next phase of my life, with making sure, you know, my personal, not even self-development, but just my self-desires and just what I love and things like that are more priority, and then business comes second, and that's just what it is, like, so, or it comes after that. So it's been pretty cool because I've been able to find that balance where it's like I'm not being overworked with my business, or I'm not being needed too many places or pulled with too many spaces. So I can actually just like really run my online store and just kind of dive into more avenues with like just things that I just didn't do before. I didn't hire the team to do it, and I didn't do it myself. So now I'm able to like just do, I guess, a little bit more of what I actually been meaning already. So it's been a cool balance. It's been a cool transition. I'm in on a space where it's like it's a flow space, and people and customers have been coming to me a lot more this way without me even doing anything. So, what about for you, though?
For me, I have been allowing myself to be in a creative space. And what I mean by that, I mean not having any like major goals right now. Like my goal right now is to make sure that I'm okay. I'm okay with it here. And if I want to create and I want to cook, I'm going to do that. But the creativity doesn't stop. So I'm always going to be in my book. I'm always going to be figuring out, you know, what's the next thing that I would like to do next. But as in just cooking and showcasing it, not right now. And I'm enjoying every moment. Like I definitely needed this time. I needed this space. I didn't know how I was going to do it and when I was going to do it. I just kind of felt like every day it's a whole bunch of deadlines and things I got to do that I don't even have time to even cook for myself. So I think it's very important, especially if you are a chef, cook for yourself. You know, don't rush. Don't rush and just stab a fork and make sure everybody eat and then worry about yourself last. Actually cook for yourself. So yeah, that's what I'm
I like that. Listen. Okay. Now that sounds cool though. Okay, so that's pretty much what we've been up to. And now we're here getting more in the flow of learning how to stay consistent with this freaking posting and creating the videos and stuff like that, because
y'all the real MVP out
we
there,
really be in the moment, and
always in the moment.
so we had to buy this whole blog thing set up so we can be more I guess aware and intentional.
We gotta get used to treat each other like paparazzi, I guess. That's the way to look at it. It's like, oh, grab your thing, grab your phone.
Because there'd be so much cool shit going on, and we'd be so excited to share it, but then we just never recorded it.
Phone be
we
acting
should have
up.
recorded that.
Phone be
Yeah, and the
acting up.
service been crazy.
Driving. Like right now, it's bad service, but we're here.
You don't need service before, but
No, you don't. But I'm just saying, if something were to be, that were to happen while we're recording, our phone would just be like, nope, be in the present. So I'm just gonna be in the present. That's what we're doing.
So
Pushing P, pushing peace.
all right, so
Pushing P. I'm wrong. That's exactly how you were. But go ahead.
the moment we've been but we had one of our subscribers actually ask us to tell the story of how we first met, like how did we first start dating, how do we meet, like that whole nine, like oh shit. And I be like, I feel like we show ourselves to the world in a sense, but we don't really share too much. And I'm like, duh, so let's get this channel so we can kind of, share things more and stuff like
Give it
that.
to you.
And we still been forgetting to share. But thank you for the question. Thank y'all for that question. That was a good question. And I'm really excited to share the story of how we first met. So, alright, so I met this fine shorty September 6th, 2016.
Right.
She was on a brunch. She was on that thing.
But the rap.
She was on. Okay, all right. So basically, how we met was met at a all lesbian brunch event called Girls Love Mimosa in Atlanta, Georgia, in 2016. It was in the fall time, so we was open to the newness. Early fall, September. So I had came there with my homegirls. I think it was like me, my homegirl Nas, and maybe like probably Kia and two other people. Maybe it was just me and Nas, to be honest. I'm not sure. But I had, it was unlimited mimosas or whatever like that. So everybody was drinking mimosas, chilling, having fun. I don't know what I had before then, because I'm sure I did pregame, because that's just how I flow.
That's how it was flowing.
Drink before you go, then drink when you get there. So that was
like,
the vibe.
who's just
drinking when they get there? Unless you just running
while
late.
getting dressed.
Like you drink before and during. So anyway, I'm feeling my vibe in my zone. I'm dancing in the mirror by myself, like, hey, you make me happy.
That was the song.
I don't know.
I don't remember the song.
So I'm dancing in the mirror by myself in my zone, just chilling, like, doing my thing. And from across the room, I saw these two ladies, Lil's being one of them, or whatever you want to call her. Her being one of them, I saw them from across the room. She was with her homegirl at the time. And I'm looking, I'm like, I never saw them before. So I'm never pressed. I'm never pressed. So I just looked. I was like, oh wow, she's pretty. Like, what I mean? They're both beautiful women. But I went on my business, just dancing or whatever. So maybe about like 10 minutes later, I see them in the corner. They was just chilling, like they had found a seat or whatever. They looked like they finally settled in. They was feeling comfortable because they was giggling in the corner, laughing and whatever. So
it was time to go get them shots.
Time to go, whatever. So I go to the bar. Was I at the bar first or were y'all there?
I think you was already there.
So I was at the bar, ordering a drink or whatever to have low wristband on, get my unlimited mimosa. And her friend had pulled up to the bar or whatever. And I was staring at her, apparently. I don't really remember that when I first met her, but when I had to think about it, I was like, I was definitely checking her out. So that happened, and I let Lils take over, because this one she started trying to like.
Ain't no start trying.
She started trying.
Anyways, ain't no start trying, because I did. Because if I didn't try, you wouldn't be here. So,
alright, so what happened after that? So I'm at the bar, chilling, getting a drink. They come to the bar, happen to be looking at them, thinking they fine. Thinking Lils is fine for real. And I was like, oh wow, I really never
well,
saw
I had
her.
just
And I
got
like
off
them a little
work,
girl.
and I got invited to, go out for drinks. So I went out for drinks, have about, 5 little martinis, for happy hour. And then I had 2 options to go somewhere. So Girls Look Mimosa was one of them, and I've never been. And I was like, okay, let me, let's just randomly make this decision at that stop sign on this very heavy traffic crosswalk, and got in the Uber, hopped up over there.
That's how y'all made the decision?
Yes,
Wow.
off
Divine.
Martini, off Divine, off Martinis. It was like, yeah, that way. So got an Uber, went to Edgewood. Back then Edgewood was always the spot to go to, especially on the weekends. And went to the party, go upstairs, the vibes feeling, of course. And I see her, and I was like, oh, she's really fine as hell. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep staring at her and watching her dance in the mirror, just loving on herself, just doing all these little seductive dances.
I was not being I was doing a heel toe.
You was making love to yourself. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Shoot, is a ghost over there? Cause I'm gonna go put myself in the right place. But eventually we went to the bar because I didn't want any more mimosas. I wanted tequila. I was on my tequila shit. And she happened to be at the bar, and the person I was with was like, she's staring at you. And I was like, oh, no, she ain't staring at me. I was like, she ain't staring at me. Take it to the back. Take one to the back, to the head. And then we sat down, was giggling, and then next thing you know, she started dancing, and I was like, I bet you want to. Well, at the time, this is when Snapchat was on its last leg, probably.
At least for me.
And then
Until we turned it into OnlyFans.
right. Anyways, another story.
So
she started dancing, and I was like, bet you want to do it for the gram. Get it, out. Hey. Out. And she was like, I ain't gonna do it. I was like, bet you won't do it for the gram. She's like, I am gonna do it. And I was like, I'm gonna do that for the gram, with no intentions or anything. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get your number or not. I'm feeding off the vibes. I'm like, that was just enough for me. So, and then you can go to what happened after I reported you.
alright, so pretty much after that, I did a little dance for her. Made it to her Snapchat story that night. I didn't even know it, but that's lit. So fast forward to what, maybe a few days later.
Well, I left. I did not get your number.
Oh yeah, so she left, we left. We didn't talk after that. I just did it for her Snapchat story, and we said nothing else. But my friend Nas, who was with me, she came over and she's in the video.
She bomb rushed her like.
She was like, girlfriend.
She was making sure up.
She was making sure
like,
there wasn't no fuck that.
What you need? What you need? You alright, girlfriend?
Right.
I was like, oh, that's cute.
So,
I ain't gonna bite you.
So anyway, we ended up leaving and not saying anything after that. Long story short, Lily ended up her girlfriend at the time knew the girl who threw the party. So she was like, oh, you know her and she's friends with her, you need to hit her up. So the girl who threw the party, she hit me in a DM and was like, she wants your digits or whatever, and she screenshotted the statement between her and her friend at the time. And I was like,
my page was private.
Cute. Her page was private, so of course I had to add her. I hit her up and I'm like, okay, let me see what she looks like at least. I can't tell from her profile picture. I'm not about to zoom in and shit. So she ended up no. She did. So I added her on Instagram, and I reached out to her. We talked maybe back and forth like a few messages, and I was like, hey, let's exchange numbers.
And I was like, follow me.
That was her panties. So yeah, we followed each other, exchanged numbers, and literally Literally, I just get so cute.
So cute.
It's been, and now it's just been that since then. I'm about to tell you about the story of our first date, or not even our first date, but the first time we hung out.
Yeah.
The first time we hung out.
Yeah.
It's gonna lead right
So
into it.
this is a story of how we hung out after we exchanged our social media. So I went her DM, of course, and invited her out.
You had my number by this time.
Yeah, I had your number. Well, I did have your number.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
I
texted
texted you. I texted you, invited you out, and we went out. We went all around Atlanta, of course, Midtown, because that's where I was staying at. And we just went bar hopping and, you know, getting little appetizers and just getting to know each other on a
And drinking.
and drinking and getting to know each other. I didn't know that, you know, you was a lightweight at the time, so
I had just kind of gave up alcohol, so I wasn't really drinking like that. I was a pothead.
I was too, but I was passing out a lot around that time. I was not drinking enough water, apparently. So we went out, we had a couple drinks, and a couple drinks. And so by the time it was time for me to come home, I realized this one had too many.
I didn't have a car,
This one had too
so I
many.
Ubered there.
And she had to spend the night.
Let's be real.
She had to spend the
We
night.
both didn't mind sleeping together that night.
She had to spend two
And she ain't wanted me to stay.
She spent the night at the house. I did what you said. I didn't want you out in the streets. You know, you had to be careful.
Right.
Protect by all means. I ain't do all this for no reason.
Just throw me to the wolves.
Right. I was like, we're not gonna go on a date and be like, oh, you know, don't come on. No, you can come lay down. It's okay. I ain't gonna do nothing. So she came over, and it's funny because the way how she laid on my bed is, it seems to be the way that she always laid on the bed every time she did get toasty throughout the whole like for the next couple of summers. So that lets me know, I was like, when she's done, she sleep a certain way. And I was like, oh, you really done. So she spent the night or whatever. You know, you had your, I ain't gonna tell you what kind of drawers you had on. But it was a nice view. I just would say that. And she woke up and we just kind of shocked, like, yeah, I did have to spend the night here. And like, I had some good sleep. Thank you for allowing me to stay over. And I felt like ever since then, we took out the time to get to know each other, like on a very intimate level, like just like being topless and, you know, being semi-nude but not doing anything to each other. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that moment because I feel like if we didn't go through that, then I don't know. I feel like I would be I would be in lust with you or something. I don't know.
Wow, that's a good take on that whole like thing. Like being able to like, we share so much space when we were new. Like, needless to
We
say,
never left each other unless I had to go to work.
and I was right there waiting for her to get off.
Speaking of that, she picked me up from work every day and walked me home.
I walked her. She lived right down the street from her job,
Walked
so
me
I would
home
pick-
every day, then miss a beat, and if she did, she felt so bad about it. I'm like, girl, I've been walking myself
I
for
know.
a while now.
Before my two legs came around. But just real quick, getting
But it
into
was
the
a love
whole,
story.
It
It
was
was a love story.
because her like the people like her
regulars.
customers would be like, did she pick you up every night? And they thought it was so romantic and cute, and everybody would just know I would be waiting outside after she got off of work.
Mhm.
But anyway, before she got there, wanted to just touch on real quick how like the first night, of course, we spent the night together. We didn't have sex. That wasn't our focus at all. We were just sharing space. It was pretty dope. She got her nice little view of my booty or whatever else. I woke up in the morning. Literally, I think I had my shirt off.
Yes.
And it was like a whole,
Yeah.
it was so fucking dope. Like the energy was so like amazing and intense, but there was no like need to go take it any further to sex. So like we just stayed.
That studio was too small for all the energy in the
The
house,
energy was
but
so big, and it was just like, it was just me. It was almost like a goddamn movie. Like I was making videos on her phone. They were real sensual and just like touching myself, like, but not in a way. It was more like
send me some nudes.
Yeah, but it was in person, and
Yep.
it was just a vibe the next morning. It's like, how the fuck do you leave this?
You know how people leave you love letters around the house? She used to leave me videos
Yeah, around.
around my house.
So then the next day, that same day, that morning when we woke up, after I stayed over her house, we took a long walk in the park. It was fucking amazing, like a super long walk in the park. We stopped and sat on the bench, and we had the longest conversation. She told me like literally everything in that one day. And that one day, it was like, boom, and then ever since then, I had to fight. It's like, nah, it's been a journey though. It's been a journey with like us just getting to know each other, and I just thought that was cool that I was that safe. We was that safe space for each other. Like when we barely even knew each other, it just felt so safe. Like I told her,
I was loving myself.
and I was loving myself, and that's how it worked. Like because we already was cool by ourselves. It was just like, oh shit, she adds to my life. Like it's a cool ass vibe with her. Like hell yeah, I want to share space with this lady. Like she's lit as fuck. Like she out here doing her thing. She running. She doing yoga. Like she's a foodie. She can cook, and she didn't even fucking know that magnitude of how amazing her food and what I saw and what she was doing. Like she knew it, but she just needed somebody to remind her.
I didn't even know.
We're better now. So that's kind of how we first met, and that's also like our first time hanging out. It was real vibey. And then after we had that long walk, I went home, and we probably hung out. But that next night, after she got off of work,
It never stopped since.
and then it never stopped, and we would just be vibing. And then I eventually introduced her to my friends, because it took a while for us to get there, because we was just kicking it with each other. Like everybody was like, "Oh, you talking to the girl?" Blah, blah. I'm like, "This is for me." And then eventually, a few years later, she met my family, and I met her family. I met her family maybe a year later because we were closer. And here we are now. There's a lot in between that we definitely want to share as well, but we just wanted to touch the surface on that real quick.
That
This
baby.
is like my life partner for sure. And her just speaking on how like us being in that space where we were able to share so much time being sensual and
We were
also
pretty much
practicing tantra. And
Everywhere.
it was just all energy fucking, like not even to the point where we're trying to like lead to the sexual physical part. We were just really just engaging with each other on another level. And that's why there is no like extra like thing. Hell yes, I'm heavily attracted to my lady.
I'm grabbing booty cheeks every chance
Every
I
day,
get.
all of that stuff is happening non-stop. Don't get me wrong, but we don't necessarily need to always take it there. Like the tantra is really our energy, and I feel like we've really mastered that to the point where like our thoughts are like aligned. Like so, it's like it's just that.
On that.
That on that. But yes, that was.
From the back.
All right, I'll be right back.
So I know for sure that I would love for the people who are following us, if you ever travel across Crunchy before, share some, resources or some ideas or things that you went through while you were traveling, or things that, we should be aware of. I would love that, because we're all in this together. That's what I feel like. So
Yes.
I'm opening myself to you guys, and I hope you guys do the same.
Yes, leave them in the comments if you like. Leave your experiences in the comments. We will definitely read some on our next vlog, share some. Also, yeah, I was going to say something else, but kind of slipped my mind, so no worries.
Well, I'm going to end it.
That's on that.
And how you going to end it?
We're going to show our fit.